Jon Snow and Katniss Everdeen become allies in a new piece of AI-generated art that sees the worlds of Game of Thrones and the Hunger Games collide. Based on the novels by author George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones first premiered on HBO in 2011, introducing audiences to the dangerous fantasy world of Westeros. More science fiction than fantasy, the Hunger Games franchise, based on the novels by Suzanne Collins, features its very own unique setting, a dystopian world in which only the strong survive. Now, thanks to AI-generated art shared by Pixelated Playground on Instagram, the heroes of Game of Thrones and the Hunger Games join forces for the first time. The post features a carousel of 3 different renderings, using 2 different artistic styles for Jon and Katniss' new partnership. While there are certainly similarities between the worlds of Game of Thrones and the Hunger Games, they are also vastly different, which would complicate any potential crossover. The most logical way to merge the 2 franchises would be to take the strong central premise of the Hunger Games and insert it into the world of Westeros. It's not hard to imagine, after all, that someone sitting on the Iron Throne would force peasants to compete in a tournament in which they fight to the death. A crossover would also work the other way around, however, with the central premise of Game of Thrones inserted into the world of the Hunger Games. As with the king or queen of Westeros, the president of Panem wields extraordinary power. A story about different people all vying for this position, and all the betrayals, backstabbings, and clever political maneuverings that this would entail, could potentially make for a compelling tale.